Luke Fickell is bringing the Wisconsin Badgers into Bryant-Dennehy Stadium to play on the Saban Field. Think about that for a minute. Big Ten school coming to the SEC. Now, Luke Fickell's Wisconsin Badgers are looking pretty good this year. Yeah, they played Miami of Ohio. They beat them 17-0. And Miami of Ohio's not something to stop at. Middle Tennessee, okay, that one's they could have done better. 42-10 score. Uh, he went without a bowl game last year. He went 5-7 last year. You don't think that Luke Fickell's not looking at this Alabama team thinking, I've got an interesting team this year, and I think I've got an interesting way of coaching, and I've played big games before. Kalen DeBoer is looking at his team going, okay, I've got to get something going because, well, everybody's talking about how this team could go 7-5, 8-4, not maybe not even a 9-3. They're not even thinking that this team can go 9-3. They're looking at what's going on here and they're going, how far is Alabama going to fall? So this is a must win for Kalen DeBoer. End of story. And Luke Fickell knows this and knows that he's got a team that he wants to get to a bowl game. And he's got a team that could possibly get there. So we're going to take a look at this game because it's going to be mighty interesting. Also, if you like yourself some college football, if you like hearing what goes on, hit like and subscribe because I cover these games every year. So, here we go.
Hey folks, this is Paul with Redneck Sports. I want to thank you for viewing my video, and I want to give you one thought process. There was a famous coach at the University of Tennessee by the name of General Robert Neyland. He had 6 maxims, but number 2 maxim is what everybody should apply to their life. Play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That's how to live your life right there.
The Wisconsin Badgers are visiting. We're going to start with them. Now, their QB1 is Danny O'Neal. He's 35-46, 403 yards. He's 76.1 completion average. Thrown along at 58. He's 4 TDs and 2 interceptions. Been sacked 3 times, which means that his offensive line has not held up like it should. So there's a weakness for him. And also the fact that, well, he's thrown two interceptions. Their leading rusher is Dylan Jones. Now, this guy, 24 rushes, 109 yards, got a touchdown. Trek Kakahuna, 3 rushes, 68 yards, 1 touchdown. By the way, his long was 61 yards. So they can get in some explosive plays. Benny Anthony, second, who is a wide receiver, by the way, and so is Kakahuna. 1 rush, 14 yards, touchdown. And Danny O'Neal, quarterback, 14 rushes, 24 yards, 1 touchdown. So, yeah, their rushing game's probably needing a little bit better work. Receiving, Benny Anthony, 8 receptions, 107 yards, 1 touchdown. Lance Mason, 7 receptions, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. And Tyrell Henry, 3 receptions, 8 yards, 1 touchdown. On their defensive side, Christian Allegro has gotten 11 tackles. Preston Zachman, a safety, has gotten 2 interceptions. Sorry. They've had 8 sacks on the year. They knocked people off 63 yards. They've taken 63 yards off the other people's offense by sacks. No joke. Um, 4 passes deflected, 3 interceptions. So yeah, they have a decent defense. No forced fumbles, no fumble recoveries, but they've got a defense that knows how to intercept. They know how to get to the quarterback. So their defense is going to do some damage. Their offense, they're needing to get a little bit better. Now, Billy Edwards, their backup QB, 6 for 13, 6 of 13, 46.2% completion rate. He's nothing to write home about. No touchdowns, no interceptions, not been sacked. But Danny O'Neal is got the yards passing. They've not done a lot of rushing that they need to, but Dylan Jones is looking like he can be a beast if he can get free. So this is an interesting offense. I wouldn't say that they're quite up to what Tide's faced, but you never can tell. Game planning and everything. Now looking at the Tide, they've got Ty Simpson, who's 40 of 60, 480 yards. He's 66.7% completion, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, but he's been sacked 3 times. Austin Mack, 8 of 10, 80%, two TDs, no interception. Keelan Russell, 4 of 6, 66.7%, and he's got 2 TDs. Now, you know that Keelan Russell and Austin Mack got all that in the previous game where they basically tore apart UL Monroe, 73-0. But Florida State, yeah, well, those sacks came from that game. And Ty Simpson was in that game a little longer than he probably wanted to be. Kevin Riley, the running back's got 100 yards rushing, 16 carries. No touchdowns, though, long of 22. Jeremy Bernard got 213 yards receiving. Now, A.K. Deer, running back's got 5 for 76, 1 touchdown. This running back. Richard Young, 15, 45 yards rushing, 1 touchdown. Ty Simpson rushed 11 times, 20 yards, got a touchdown. So they've got 3 rushing touchdowns. So it's looking like if you shut down their passing game, you're pretty much in there. Jeremy Bernard, 11 for 213, 2 touchdowns. Isaiah Horton, 4 for 57, 1 touchdown. Rico Scott, 5 for 53, 1 touchdown. Cole Adams, 3 for 48, 1 touchdown. Josh Cuevas, 5 for 45, 2 touchdowns. MJ Churdwin, 1 for 20, 1 touchdown. And Caleb Edwards, a tight end, 1 for 6 for a touchdown. So they've got more of a passing game than they've got a rushing game. And their offensive line against a good defense does not hold up all that well for Ty Simpson. And don't tell me that UL Monroe was able to test them all that well. Now, they've got 1 sack on the year. They've only sacked 1 quarterback, and they played UL Monroe the way they did. 2 pass deflected, 1 intercepted, 2 forced fumbles, though, and 3 fumble recoveries. Leading tacklers, Dante Lawson, 10 tackles. This is not now. Justin Jefferson has a linebacker has their interception. They This is not a normal Tide defense. When you're looking at these numbers, this is not a normal Tide defense. Their offense, okay, passing. This is a lot of passing going on by Ty Simpson. So if you break up that box, he's got plenty of people he can hand off to. Keelan Russell rushed for a yard. Austin Mack rushed twice, 4 yards. This is not a rush heavy offense. If all they have to do is break up that pass game and the defense, I'm wondering if this defense can handle If you're looking at these numbers, you're wondering, what is this defense? Yeah, they've had a lot of people that have gotten in there, but they've had 64 tackles on the year, 118 total tackles, counting assists. This is not a normal Tide defense. Now, maybe it's because Florida State was so good, but when you're looking at that, okay, Kyle Simpson's thrown 5 touchdowns, thankfully not been intercepted, but the, hardly any rushing, only 3 rushing or touchdowns. This is not a ground and pound type of team here. Like I said, not a normal Crimson Tide team. Now, look, if you look at both of these coaches, Luke Fickell, 78 wins, 38 losses. He won a conference division title while he was at Cincinnati, while they were in the American Athletic Conference. He won 2 division titles, 20 and 21. He turned them pretty good. He went 57-18 there. But Wisconsin, he's been rebuilding them. Didn't have a good year last year, but he was tied for second in the West in 2023. 7 wins, 6 losses. This is a team that is looking to make a splash. Kalen DeBoer, yeah, won national title. He played in the NAIA championship 4 years in a row and won it 3 of those years. So he knows how to win national titles. He went 9-3 in 2021 at Fresno State. Won the national championship at Washington. Went 25-3 at Washington. Or no, he didn't win the national championship. Sorry, he played in that game. He knows how to win. He's 114 wins, 17 losses. But at the same time, you've got to wonder how much rebuilding he's got to do, because this defense that he's got it's a defensive team that's got an okay offense going up against what looks to be a disruptible offense with a defense that, I don't know. I mean, this does not look like an SEC defense. I'm not against the Tide. I kind of root for them low key on occasion, but I'm a Tennessee fan. And I'll always tell you that Neyland was never able to be beaten by Bryant. Yes, I will say that and continue to say that. And Josh Heupel, look what he's done at Tennessee so far. He beat Nick Saban. It was at Neyland, kind of an advantage, no matter what you got to say. He beat Kalen DeBoer last year. And Luke Fickell is going into a hostile territory with his Badgers. Wasn't able to beat the Tide last year, but he's got an interesting team. Now, I think, and I don't know, I'm going to say it just for the simple fact that Kalen DeBoer is a more desperate person. The Tide should win this game. I'm going to say that. The Tide should win this game. But if it starts getting close, I'm going to say Wisconsin's going to win the game. Alabama's supposed to win this game by almost 3 touchdowns. But if this game gets close, if they are able to figure out how to disrupt that offense, I'm going to say that Wisconsin can do it. If you start seeing them disrupt, this is going to be a Badgers win. But like I said, it's most likely going to be an Alabama Tide win on this one, because Kalen DeBoer knows how important this game is. He's been game planning this. He knows that he's got to get that defense straightened up. So that's what I'm thinking. So this has been Paul with Redneck Sports. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.
I want to thank you for watching my video. And if you like what you saw, like, subscribe, and comment. Y'all have a good day now.